Good day and welcome to DuePoint. It is likely that in the past you have heard in one of our presentations or training videos us referring to the channel you're building with us as an asset. Today I want to talk to you about why we call it an asset and where the real value of your channel lies. An asset is traditionally defined as something that is created that produces an income. At DuePoint, you will work with DuePoint and your channel, your teams, to bring individuals to DuePoint where we can sell them our products and services. Where those people pay for them on a monthly basis, as you know, they will be producing for you a recurring income. This portfolio, this channel, and hence our use of the word asset, is something that now can be valued. A price can be put on it, it can be sold, and it will outlive you. As you know, your house doesn't die when you die. Your car doesn't die when you die. And in the same way at DuePoint, your channel, your asset, will outlive you. When you pass away one day, it'll be handed to your children or to your spouse. They'll be able to expand it further and hand it over to the next generation after them as well. As a result of these key features, we define your channel as an asset. Now, in order for it to be an asset, we also need to be able to demonstrate that we can protect it. If it is to have value, it must be something that can be protected. A normal asset, in terms of accounting definitions, has certain protections built into it. An asset retains its value, that when somebody purchases that asset, it still produces that value for them. Think about your motor car. You went in, the salesperson told you what the car could do. You were willing to pay a price for that utility of the vehicle. When the vehicle is handed to you, it produces exactly what the salesman said. Now, in the same way at DuePoint, we have to protect your asset so that it does what we say it will do when someone comes and purchases it from you, or when your children inherit it from you. What do we say your channel can do? We say your channel will produce a monthly income. Now, your channel won't produce a monthly income if someone can steal away that value from it. So we build in a number of protections at DuePoint for you. Firstly, when you join DuePoint and into a channel, your position there is permanent. It is not something you can resign from or move from without going through a very strict procedure. You can jump into our Code of Conduct and look under the Structure Changes section of the Code of Conduct, and you will see the process you need to go through if you wish to move to a new asset. The same if you wish to purchase or sell an asset. This is to protect the value so that when someone else comes along and purchases it from you or inherits it from you, it still does exactly what we said it would do, which is produce a monthly income for you. You might wonder how you value your asset. That's what we've been talking about. So how could you work out what the value to your asset, your channel at DuePoint is? Well, like valuing any asset, the asset is valued on its flow of income to you. If you value a business, for instance, you look at its future earnings and you multiply it. You hear of P5 or P10 or P20. 5 years of earnings, 10 years of earnings, 20 years of earnings. And we use what we call a present value calculation. We say that if we're going to earn so much over 10 years, how much is that worth to us today? Well, now the exact same thing happens with your channel, with your asset. It is producing a monthly and therefore an annual income. If you want to calculate the value of your channel, simply expand out how much that income will be over whatever number of years you choose, 5, 10, 20, and present value it back to today, and you'll know what the value of your asset, your channel at DuePoint is. Maximizing the value of your asset is, of course, critical for you. You want your input and your efforts in the creation of your channel over the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years to produce the most it possibly can for you. And so we have a couple of pointers for you. As a new wealth engineer, you stand in the footsteps and on the paths of those that have come before you. Some who have spent many years building their channel at DuePoint. They've already been through the ups and downs, the good times and the difficult times in building an asset. And so our tip to you right from the beginning is to listen to your lead wealth engineers. We promise you they've worked out what works best in building assets and channels with DuePoint. We also know through years of experience that sticking to your channel is the best way for you to succeed and the best way for you to maximize the value of your channel. As a result, work closely with the channel that you're in, stick to their ethos, their culture, and their training, and they will assist you in building the best, most valuable, and the highest income channel that you can build with us as fast as is possible. We therefore discourage what is commonly known as cross-lining. Try not to spend time working with or outside of the channel that you're in other channels. This can cause confusion and sometimes conflict. Focus on your channel, work with your lead wealth engineers, and you will succeed with us here at DuePoint. And so, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps for the first time in your life, you are in the position of being able to produce something that will create a monthly income for you through the course of your life, possibly into the generations after you, and you have the ability to control its outcome. This is something completely unique in South Africa. Who else can say they can produce their own income and control its outcome? Who else is not in a position where they can be retrenched or fired or removed from what they're doing? You are protected from that. You build at DuePoint a protected asset that can be valued, one that will outlive you. And so take it seriously. Treat it with respect. Work with your lead wealth engineers and the channel around you. You will change your future so completely here at DuePoint that it will not only change your life, but the life of generations in your family to come.